Hi again, I'm Janet Mizrahi, and in this video, I'm going to discuss elements of successful personal statements. There is no one way to write a personal statement, and what you write and how you organize it depends on your prompt. If you are applying to graduate school in microbiology, you may be asked to explain why you desire to continue your education at a particular institution. If you're writing for the prompt for medical, dental, or veterinary school, then you're being asked to write an essay advocating your candidacy. Be sure you understand what you are being asked to write before you sit down to actually write. First, though, I want to differentiate between writing a direct response personal statement, in which the candidate answers a series of questions the application puts forward, and a statement that requires a narrative or persuasive essay. The direct response personal statement is meant to be direct, concise, well thought out, and clear. It should omit flowery adjectives and respond specifically to the topics voiced in the prompt. If you're writing this type of personal statement, be sure to pay attention to word or character limits. If they ask for 5 pages and you write 2, you won't appear to have much to say about yourself. That being said, you don't want to repeat yourself either. Direct responses are just that, written responses that correspond to a direct question. They should be well written, free of grammatical and usage errors. The narrative, or essay, personal statement is a different animal, and the remainder of this and the subsequent videos will focus on this type of personal statement. A narrative or essay personal statement needs to tell a story, the story of why you want a particular career, and should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. This type of personal statement is required for admission to medical, dental, and veterinary programs, and many, many more. Successful narrative essays contain 5 common traits. The first is a hook. This is a narrative account designed to grab readers' attention by writing about a unique personal characteristic or experience. The second is the reason the applicant states for choosing the profession. The third is a critical evaluation of the candidate's skills and/or milestones in learning that support the applicant's argument for admission. The fourth is a discussion that promotes the individual's distinctive qualities as a rationale for their candidacy. And the fifth is evidence of the candidate's understanding of the career choice. Now I'm going to go over each of these characteristics in some detail and give you some examples so that you can get the idea of how these elements play out when writing the personal statement. The hook is the opening narrative to your personal statement. Its purpose is not to simply grab the reader's attention, although it should do that. It is to illustrate some necessary quality you have that will make you good at your chosen career. For example, I had a student applying to veterinary school whose hook was a story about the time she took in a feral, pregnant cat that ended up giving birth on the student's stomach. I am not lying. Another student wrote about a volunteer trip to Ghana during which he realized his goal was to dedicate his career to treating underserved populations. The hook, also called an anecdote, needs to be tightly written, and it should take up no more than about 10% of the total number of characters. It should organically lead to the candidate's argument for his or her candidacy, which is a thesis statement. My X, Y, and Z will make me successful in medical school and beyond as a practitioner, for example. The second element, why you want to be a doctor, a physician's assistant, a nurse, or a dentist, requires you to dig into your heart. Why do you want to go through years of grueling training and considerable expense to obtain the professional degree you're applying to graduate school for? What will this career mean to you? Why this career and not some other way to serve humanity? How does this desire mesh with your skill set that makes you a good candidate? Remember that the reader of the personal statement is looking for a good fit for their program. Your job is to show them you have what it takes to persevere through the tough times that will surely follow in graduate programs, and that you, as an individual will add to their program. The third element, a critical evaluation of skills and/or milestones, is pretty direct. Essentially, it means, why should the program choose you over the 1,000 other candidates applying? Why will you be good at it? And how do you know this? What were the moments in time that convinced you this career choice was the best for you? Next is discussing your distinctive qualities. What in your background makes you different from the other candidates? Are you a first-generation college student who has witnessed firsthand the poor health conditions immigrants face? Are you the child of one or two medical professionals who was brought up seeing the realities of the health professions up close and personal, and who grew up with a profound understanding of the joys and pitfalls of this career? Think deeply about the distinctive qualities you possess that will make you a good pick for entry into the program. The last element is to show that you get what it means to be the professional you aspire to be. Programs want to read that you understand the ups and downs of the career. For example, the veterinary school student I mentioned earlier talked about how difficult it was to euthanize an animal, but that she understood that this was an integral part of the job. Rose-colored glasses and overblown talk about saving humanity won't fly. As you write your narrative statement, weave these 5 elements into your essay. In the next video, I'll discuss how to actually write your personal statement.